YouTube? Joseph Crickmore here, and we're back with another smartphone episode. We're on episode 5 now. Smartphone Isekai in another world with a smartphone, of course. Last time we were here, we stopped a treacherous noble from doing damage to a kingdom and ruining an alliance. We saved the king from poison, and just the princess fell for Touya and declared that she actually really wanted to get with Touya, and so he is now engaged. As well as taming the first of the 4 heavenly beasts. I'm pretty sure there's 4. Well, no. No, it's not 4. There's 3. Right? No. Well, regardless, Touya tamed a heavenly beast, and it was a white tiger, and he got the name Kohaku, or she? Is Kohaku a he or a she? Let me know in the comments below. But so that's where we are. We ended an arc basically last time, and we're going into some new territory here. So I actually don't remember much of the season past this point until episode 11. Because remember, if you've watched Smartphone before, you would know that once you get to episode 11, you're hit with a crazy bombshell for the whole world building and everything. And most of the stuff you had watched up to that point kind of goes out of your brain because of the big, huge revelation in episode 11 and 12. Right? Right. That's why these kinds of videos are worth making. To remind me what comes next. So next time you see me will be that post-episode discussion. And cut. Okay, post-episode discussion time. I am not gonna say anything new that I didn't bring up during the episode, because, I said everything I want to say during the episode. So I'll just reiterate what I was saying. That episode was both great and had a chunk that wasted my time. I don't care if there is an audience that enjoys that kind of thing. If you enjoy that kind of thing, watch a series where that's the main focus. That's the main selling point. Because there are plenty out there that do that way better than that chunk of time that was wasted in that episode. I am not even saying it's not for me. I have seen series that do just that, but go further beyond. Because I'm not afraid to say it. I've gone through High School DxD. I'm not afraid to say that. My point is, was there any enjoyment to be had at that point in the episode? No. We're looking through an abandoned castle of a dead man who was making slimes, and there was barely anything fun to be had. The punching and the blocking Touya and all that stuff. It's not funny. It almost looked like he died at one point. But ha 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 for jokes and laughs and giggles. No. I can do funny. I saw a clip of 100 Girlfriends and I laughed because that was genuinely funny. But this, there's no enjoyment to be had. It's not funny. The trope is annoying. And that was just a big waste of time because what happens at the end of that entire scene? They burn the mansion down. And that's it. You may as well just not even watch that part of the episode. Straight up. So I've had it. This is why those scenes work in bursts. Short, small bursts. Now, yes, there's also moments where Touya could probably stand up for himself better with his own companions. And that's definitely something people talk about with just a lot of Japanese protagonists in general, because of the whole the way of the mindset and the mentality of a Japanese person, where it doesn't feel natural, but it's also a cultural thing. So I'm not even going to go into that argument, because it's definitely a thing that Japan has a lot of in terms of their fiction. But I kind of wish that there were protagonists that, like, stood for themselves just a little better. If I had to give Smartphone any critiques, that's the only thing I'm saying. And it makes it like a 9 or an 8 out of 10. Nothing too groundbreaking. It's just annoying when they pop up. However, like I said, in short bursts, Touya accidentally spied on Linze while she was changing and she was in her underwear. But that was it. A small scene. Nothing else comes of it. Linze doesn't notice anything off with Touya immediately after. And he immediately then goes to help her perfect a new spell. Which, that is cool, wholesome, maybe building their relationship. With Elise, later in the episode, Touya goes to buy her new gauntlets, and he buys her a dress. That's great. That's wholesome. And then with Yae, of course, that was weird because of the whole brother, and then her going, you remind me of my brother, and then this weird connection she made in her brain, and she kept trying to justify that. No, I don't like you the same way I love my brother. And I'm like, Yae, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? But still, that whole first chunk of the episode is a joke. And if that's the way it's supposed to be treated, I didn't laugh. Did you see me laughing? I didn't laugh. It's not funny. And then, of course, leads into the next episode about the whole going back to the royal palace of Belfast, and we're finally moving to that part of the plot. So finally we can get there. So overall, this is the one episode I had a feeling blocked from my mind for a reason. It's the first time I saw it in literal years, and I'm not watching it again anytime soon. I'll watch the rest of the episode again, not that chunk at the beginning, because it amounts to nothing. Because even in those other series that are ecchi or harem based, that do that, but raunchier, you at least get something out of it. Whether it's development, plot development, if you know some examples. Darling in the Franxx also does that somehow really well. And then, or there's supposed to be a viewer satisfaction or a viewer pleasure. Like the viewer gets something out of those moments. And those are all valid things. But for Smartphone, that scene, I didn't get anything out of it. It didn't advance the plot in any way. Even if that was meant solely for the viewer because fan service, that did nothing for me but make me frustrated, make me mad. Because in a series where in a good chunk of episodes from now we're going to get something dark, something big, a grand revelation that is kind of a big deal, this seems tame by comparison. Am I wrong? I cannot put up with stuff like this. Like, talk about a tone shift. I mean, yes, I know about the lady at the end of the season and her weird proclivities and things. But, especially with her assistants. But still, that doesn't exactly help this scene, because Touya acts like two completely different people in the Slime Castle versus the end of the season. Why? Okay, I'm done talking about this episode. I never want to touch it again. Except for the parts that are actually wholesome. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure you join the Patreon. Go over there, check that stuff out. And of course, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.